Mookie Betts, Max Muncy out of the dugout. Everybody else standing top step. There was a beautiful pregame ceremony with Blackman and his family. And this is another touching element to the pregame festivities, EK, taking the field by himself.
Yeah, for sure. The Colorado Rockies organization really did it right, honoring Charlie and his family prior to the game. They brought out a brand new truck. The thing looked like a tank, giving it to him. But when you think of Colorado Rockies, it's Todd Helton, Charlie Blackman.
His family throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Charlie's wife, Ashley, daughter, Josie, son, Wyatt. He's playing in center field in his final major league game. Shohei Ohtani leads off a Dodger lineup that has been taking it to the Rockies pitching staff. 24 runs on 33 hits the first 2 games of the series. Betts batting second and right. Teoscar Hernandez third in left field. Max Muncy will clean up at third base. Tommy Edman at shortstop. Kike Hernandez back at first base with Freddie Freeman not with the team, getting his ankle healthy for the postseason. In the last 3 of the order, Chris Taylor at second base, Andy Pages starting in center, and Austin Barnes doing the catching. Shohei Ohtani still in contention for the first Triple Crown in the National League since 1937. He trails Luis Arraez of the Padres by 4 points entering Sunday's regular season finale. Arraez is atop the Padres lineup playing first base. San Diego and Arizona to wrap up their campaign. There's a table online. Eric Steven put the scenario out there. If Arraez does this, Ohtani would need this to overtake him. And we'll try and keep you abreast of that as this Sunday moves along. Ohtani's 6 for 10 in this series so far. An 11-game hitting streak. The last 9 of which have been otherworldly. 26 for 39, batting .667. With 12 extra base hits, 6 home runs, 15 runs scored, and 20 RBIs. So ready to go. Ryan Feltner starting for Colorado. His first pitch of the game is ball 1. Ohtani 6 total bases shy of Babe Herman's franchise record, most in a single season. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Already a franchise record in extra base hits, 1 away from 100. A mark no player in the majors has reached since 2001. 2 balls and a strike. Ohtani is in front. 54 home runs this year, traveling a combined 22,407 feet. Dr. Krajewski did the math. That's more than 4 miles worth of homers hit by Ohtani in his first year as a Dodger.
Going with the off speed, Shohei just out in front of it. They did that late last night too, in the later at bats.
The 2-2 pitch from Feltner. Ohtani pokes it to the right side. Shunk will make the play. So both Ohtani and Luis Arraez are 0 for 1 to start Sunday. The numbers for Ryan Feltner on the season, EK, and he's coming in red hot. A strong finish to the season based on what we've seen so far in September.
Yeah, he's been throwing pretty darn well for these Rockies. If you go back to August 2nd, he's only allowed 1 home run. 1 home run pitching in Colorado. And again, he's been a workhorse for him. He's given him innings, and he's been pretty darn effective.
StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, showing his arsenal.
Throws a number of pitches. He's not going to just be able to sit on one thing, and he can vary. Go with the sinker, you go with the four-seamer, the slider. It just depends on how he's feeling that day and what he has command of.
Rookie pops out to Shunk. 2 gone in the top of the first. Last time out, faced the Cardinals on Tuesday. 6 innings, just 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. He left the game with cramps, left the game with a lead, but the Rocky bullpen could not hang on to it.
He faced the Dodgers earlier this year, went 5 innings, gave up 6 earned runs. So they are familiar with him.
First pitch strike to Teoscar Hernandez. 4 for 10 in the series. With a couple home runs, 5 RBIs, so he's at 99 for the year. One more ribby to hit 100 for a second time in his career. High in the air, shallow left field. And Hilliard makes the catch. A 9-pitch first inning for Ryan Feltner. Anthony Banda goes to work when we come back. Black said he had the honor of riding Charlie Blackmon's name atop the starting lineup basically every day the last 8 years. And Blackmon made his teammates better, his coaches better, and made him a better manager. And he did it for the final time on this Sunday afternoon. Ball 1 from Anthony Banda to Blackmon, a 4-time All-Star in his 14-year career, every single one in a Rockies uniform. Franchise leader in triples, second in games played, hits, runs scored, extra base hits, total bases, and doubles. Simply put, one of the franchise's all-time greats. He is 1 home run shy from tying Carlos Gonzalez for 5th in the all-time leaderboard. And he's not going quietly, EK. He's got a 5-game hitting streak coming into this one. Banda's 2-2. Poked in the air, left field side. Muncy along the line, reaches out and hauls it in.
Nice job by Muntz tracking that ball and then continuing to get after it. Just stretches out and able to glove it. Nice range there by Muntz, covering a lot of ground. Shaking his head going, you gotta be kidding me.
Early cardio.
High altitude, tough on the cardio. Yeah.
Speaking of tough, Ezequiel Tovar, tough out. First pitch swinging, as he is known to do. Fouls back 97 from Banda, strike 1. He's 5 for 9 in this series. He's batting .333 against the Dodgers this year, with 6 of his 75 extra base hits against LA. The numbers for Banda, who's serving as the opener in this regular season finale. Really glad to see Banda back in the Dodger bullpen. Got in a fight with the paper towel dispenser, lost, but his season was not lost.
Oh, he got a second chance. He really did. Let the emotional part of the game get to him, and like I said, fortunate. Not only, you know, the Dodgers are fortunate, he's fortunate. You know, a couple things though. It's, you know, whenever you're hitting something, you never hit it with your pitching hand. You know, if you're hitting a cooler, you make sure it's empty. I mean, there's an art to doing that stuff, believe me.
I think teams should have like a rage room next to the clubhouse, just a bunch of old things that you can bash or something instead of hitting things. Just,
I mean, no, there is something to be said about that, but then that doesn't seem as what would the word would be
efficient.
used now? Not as organic these days.
I gotcha. Remains 1-2 on Tovar. 75 extra base hits, EK.
That's second in the National League to Mr. Ohtani.
Going away with 2 strikes. It's actually the most extra base hits by a Rockies hitter since 2019 when Trevor Story and Charlie Blackmon. Eighth pitch from Banda. In the air, right field, playable for Mookie. 2 gone. And if the Dodgers staff can strike out at least 7 more Rockies, get you another free jumbo jack. And that's basically been a certainty. And the Dodgers have faced Colorado. Two out, nobody on. The Orange County kid, Ryan McMahon. First pitch swinging in the air, center field. Pages on the run. And that'll do it for the first inning. 14 pitches for Banda, opening things up. Still scoreless.
At Dodgers.com/postseason.
Number 1 seed for Dave Roberts and the Dodgers here in 2024. They'll open up their October campaign next Saturday at Dodger Stadium. Max Muncy opens the second with a ground ball foul along the first base line. Still a question remains of who the Dodgers will play. That'll be sorted out in the wild card series, which still is a little unclear. Atlanta can clinch a playoff spot today with a win or a loss by the D-backs. The Mets would clinch with a win and an Arizona loss. The Diamondbacks need a win and losses by both New York and Atlanta.
And that's just today.
Just today.
This is when you said it's what did you say? It's not clear, right? Like I would say it's muddled. It's a complete cluster, and it's a disaster, and it'd take us 4 innings to try to explain all the iterations.
Yeah.
So just you know, check it out tomorrow, and we'll see what's up.
2 strikes on Muncy.
Yeah, watch a post-game show. Jay Harrell break it all down.
High fly ball to right. Charlie Blackmon is there. The outfield alignment switched up for Colorado this inning. Blackmon's in right. Sam Hilliard now in center. And Jay Cave in left. So a ceremonial first inning, allowing Blackmon to start his last game in center field.
Yeah, that's a heck of a place to cover ground when you're 23 or 24.
Pop up beyond the infield on the right side. 2 out. Just about to say Tommy Edman going to try and finish his regular season strong. It's been tough sledding for him the last week.
Yeah, hadn't been real sharp at the plate defensively out at short. Just hasn't been crisp. But I guess if anything, you say, okay, get that out of the way now, because once the postseason starts, game on.
On the other side, you got Kike Hernandez, who is on a roll. Strike 1, pop back. Back to yesterday. The Dodgers down. He put him up. A 3-run homer for Kike Hernandez, part of a 3-hit game.
I mean, it really is. It's just a mental state that you take into the postseason, and you can rationalize it any which way. If you're not doing well, hey, it's a start over, wipe the slate clean, here we go. If you've been swinging the bat well, yeah, I'm going to carry it right into the postseason. You know, you can make it whatever way you want to do it.
On the ground to Shunk. 6 up, 6 down for Feltner. 8 pitches in the second inning. With house-made walk. Landon Knack out of the bullpen following Anthony Banda in the scoreless first inning. What a year it's been for Landon.
It really has. You know, you talk about the young pitchers coming into this season that were, you know, it's Bobby Miller, it's Gavin Stone, you know, it's River Ryan, it's all, you know, Landon Knack. Yes, he was in that conversation, but
as an afterthought.
Right. And here he is. He's going to be, you know, part of that postseason roster.
'15th and final appearance of his rookie season. Been down a few times between the majors and OKC. And again, more victim of circumstance, roster crunches than performance.
If he's in another organization, he's a 4 or 5 easily. You know, outside of maybe the Phillies and the Braves, but again, the Dodgers just a ton of arms.
Starts his day with a strikeout, gets Tolia swinging.
You know, again, I think when you compare him to a lot of the other guys in the organization, this stuff might not light up the metrics or the velo gun or any of that. But what he does do is he pitches. He just flat out pitches.
It's a strike on Jones thanks to that foul ball. He's been up and down the last few starts. Tough one in Atlanta, 5 earned in 2 innings. Then 5 shutout against Miami. Last outing was against the Padres, 4 innings, 4 runs. Let's check in with Kirsten Watson, who has some more.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, after Landon's last outing against the Padres, he talked about, because if you remember, you know, he was pretty efficient through the beginning, but then kind of later in his outing, you could see the emotions getting a little bit higher, a little frustration, and he said that he is someone who he pitches angry, and that's something that he has always done. It helps him kind of elevate himself to that next level. But he found that on the back end of that Padres outing, the emotions were a little too high. So he said that he loved that it provided an opportunity to prepare him for October, of knowing that you're going to have to manage the emotions a little bit more, and understanding, you know, needing the angry side of it, but controlling it so it doesn't get too much for him in the innings, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And you have to realize that game against San Diego, that was the biggest game that he's ever thrown, right? And so you couple that with the fact of he knows that it's sort of an audition too as well, and maybe this catapults me into a starter, you know, one of the top 3 in the postseason. And you know, a lot going on, and you can eliminate those variables and you just let your talent take care of things. The game becomes much simpler.
2 gone in the second. It really is excellent perspective for the rookie to have, getting something like that out of the way. You got high stress, high leverage, big game, most important regular season series the Dodgers have had in a few years, and you got the ball in the opener, and like, oh wait, I got to harness these emotions, this adrenaline, a little bit better.
Well, and you couple all of that with a team that was leading the National League in batting average, right? And they put the ball in play. I mean, it's not an easy team to navigate.
Two out, nobody on. The center fielder, Sam Hilliard. Hits one high in the air, deep right field. No doubt that is in the 3rd deck. Oh, man. 10th of the season for Hilliard, went 476 feet. And so the Dodgers fall behind 1-0.
That's Larry Walker, Todd Helton territory up there. I mean, you just don't hit them. 2 Hall of Famers. Where's the humidor, huh?
For the last 10 games for Landon Knack, he's given up at least 1 homer in 8 of them. 1-0 Rockies. 2 outs still in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Bookending K's for Landon Knack in his first inning of work.
And the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLB.com/Clemente Award.
Congratulations once again to Mookie Betts.
You heard Kirsten get on it, Dodger fans. Mookie Betts trying to join the list of Dodgers to win the prestigious Clemente Award. It's 1-0 Colorado as we sail over the top of the third. First pitch strike to Chris Taylor. Bottom of the order due up for the Dodgers here against Ryan Feltner. It's now 16 for 18. With pitches and strikes tonight. CT's having a series.
Been swinging the bat well as of late.
Trying to get that average back above 200. Behind 1 and 2. Off the bench last night. Went 3 for 3, an RBI, runs scored. So 5 for 8 against the Rockies to finish the regular season. That's foul. While CT comes back, we'll listen to this word from Morongo.
Wow Wow, live October 5th. Get tickets now. Morongo.
Taylor getting a start tonight. No Kevin Kiermaier. Is a dislocated finger. The Dodgers athletic training staff popped it back into place, but just didn't feel good enough today to give it a run. James Outman was recalled. Justin Robleski option back down as the Dodgers bench really thin given the injuries coming into Colorado. Miguel Rojas, Freddie Freeman, and now Kevin Kiermaier, who's sitting next to James top step. And that ball hit off the front of the dugout right where Outman and Kiermaier are sitting. Still 1 and 2 for Taylor.
CT battling, continuing to just nibble at pitches to get another one.
Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Taylor trying to get something started at the bottom of the order. This will be the 8th pitch he sees from Ryan Feltner. Really good battle.
Kind of crazy right now. This will be the 9th pitch. Feltner threw 9 pitches in the first inning, 8 pitches in the second inning. He's thrown more to Taylor.
This is exactly what the Dodger lineup needed, frankly, from CT.
Just wearing him down, wearing him down.
Lots of studying being done by Andy Pajes, presumably on deck. The 10th pitch. Inside, full count.
Presumably? Is that what you...
I'm just saying maybe he got his homework done already the first 7 pitches,
okay,
and now
yeah,
he's like, all right, CT, let's get on base here. I want to come up. Number 11. I wonder how annoying this is. Feltner, I mean, he looks annoyed on the mound for pitchers.
No, as a pitcher, like, you'd almost rather give up a hit after 3 pitches than to do this, because this is, I mean, you wouldn't, but have somebody analytically tell me that that's not true, but you know what I'm saying.
Be a dozen to Taylor. Ball 4. Wow.
He eyeballed him there.
Now it definitely annoyed.
Well, I definitely annoyed because that was a strike.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a topper right there.
Longest plate appearance for Chris Taylor since 2021. A leadoff walk in the third. Now Andy Pages. Pages didn't start last night. He came in for Kiermaier after KK left with an injury. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, a walk and a run scored. He's definitely enjoyed facing the Rockies this year. 10 games, batting .351, 5 extra base hits, 3 homers, and 10 runs scored. Stares at a fastball right down the pipe, falling behind 1-2. The latest progression or step that Pages is trying to take as a rookie is more mental, internal. Having the right mindset, knowing that playing time and starts are tougher to come by. He stares at strike 3. First K for Feltner, first out of the third inning. So last of the order, Austin Barnes. Well, Barnes' last 9 games batting .381 EK.
I mean, Barnsley's had a nice offensive season. I don't know that, you know, people were expecting this, but and he's battled. He's put some good at-bats together, and here we are.
1 on, 1 out. The Dodgers trailing by 1. It was a long solo home run from Sam Hilliard that got into the third deck at Coors Field out in right field. Top of the order, and a unicorn lurking on deck. Taylor taking his lead, danced like he was going for second, opted to stay. Ball 2 down from Feltner. Just turned 28 at the beginning of this month. A 4th round pick of the Rockies back in 2018. 10 losses this year, but in the month of September he's been a different guy.
Well, and I think most important, especially when you talk about the Rockies, this is his 30th start of the year.
Ground ball to short, could be 2, it will be 2. So Ohtani will have to wait. Inning-ending double play. What's up, Gomer?
How we doing, guys?
We're great. Hey, obviously the Dodgers locked up the #1 seed in the postseason, the best record in Major League Baseball. But I still have to ask, how many years off your life has this season taken?
Feels like a few more than years past, but really proud of this group to continue to grind and fight and overcome the amount of injuries and challenges we've had along the way. So it's a special group, and you know, I think all of these challenges will make us better in the postseason.
Strength of the team going into the postseason. I know it's, you can't be super specific, but
yeah,
offense.
I think we're a well-balanced team. Our offense, I think, is as deep as I've seen since I've been here. I think there's different you know, aspects to each guy. Some bat to ball, some speed, some power walk. It's a little bit of everything throughout the lineup. So it feels like, you know, if guys are in a good place, it's pretty relentless on the starting pitcher.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's exhausting, you know. And is there anybody on this team that, you know, obviously we're going to go with Ohtani, but unassuming that you feel like, look, they could really get going?
I mean, Muntz has been
Yeah,
fantastic
okay,
since he's been back. And obviously we saw, you know, a struggle offensively, and then, you know, Mook being out and Freddie. So we had all of that. But I think Muntzy's a really important part of this group. And then also, like, the addition of Tommy to being there at the bat-to-ball speed component, just like a fantastic all-around baseball player. And it's just those things. You have your superstars, you have your guys that are in there every day and complementary pieces, and I think everybody kind of understands their role in going out there and helping us score as many runs as possible.
So the last 2 days, Gomer, we've been doing some Dodger superlatives from this regular season, and one of them, which we haven't given our picks today, but I want to get yours. The Dodgers team MVP not named Shohei Ohtani. If you had to hand out that award to any player, hitter, pitcher, doesn't matter, who would it be?
Ooh, man. I mean, it's got to be Teo, right? I mean, every single day he's posted time and time again, huge hits. Brings the energy, always fantastic, like just a good guy to be around in the clubhouse. And I think he's a calming energy, but also gets guys pumped up when we need it as well.
How often are you hearing from fans as this season has gone along, extend Teo? Has that been a common thing on the streets for?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's come all over the place, and I totally get it. He's been outstanding, and it's certainly something that we'll explore hopefully after a parade.
Well, I was going to say, I can promise you his representation is copying this right now, getting every verb on his side. He has had an exceptional year, really. And did you, I mean, obviously you guys go out, you sign him, but did you realize that he would have the impact both on and off the field? I mean, I know you hoped for it,
yeah.
But did you see that coming?
On the, digging on the person and the teammate, like everything across the board came back as A+, high energy, awesome human being. So we knew that part was banked. And you just look at what he's done in the past. Now, last year felt like more of like a one-off than a trend, and having our hitting guys dig in and everything we've heard because of the person and the work ethic, we felt like there was a really good chance that he'd have a bounce back year. And to be honest, I think he's been even better than we could have expected.
So what about going into the postseason? You know, this Dodgers staff, I was looking at, I mean, when you talk about the 56 starts, and when you talk about previous World Series winners, you're talking about 115, 113.
Yep.
So how does that factor into your game planning, what you're trying to do each game? You know, and some of these guys aren't really that extended either.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's talking about how much quality can we get from each guy. And, you know, if guys go deeper, obviously that is better. That's always the goal. We would love starting pitchers to go 6, 7, 8 innings. You know, I think the reality of the postseason is you just don't really see that all that often. You know, and for us, our bullpen, we feel like is a very, you know, strong part of this team. And, you know, there's guys that have been there before. You're bringing out big stuff. We have a balance versus right versus left, guys that we can deploy, like Doc can send guys out for certain lanes. So I do feel like the you know, quality is what we're talking about, and you don't necessarily need every guy to be able to go 6, 7 innings, because I think in reality that's not what really happens on the regular in the postseason anyway.
2 outs now in the third. Gomer, before we let you go, we'd be remiss if we didn't ask you about number 17. Yesterday at brunch, there were some guys who were poring over the chart in the Triple Crown race. This is what Show has to do versus Arise to get it done. Have you been following along as well?
Of course. I'm a baseball fan as well, and, you know, watching what he does every single day, and also how he goes about his business, you know, before the game, and he's so routine oriented, and everything is, you know, very thoughtful. So watching it all play out, there you go.
That was a good base hit for Charlie Blackmon in his final big league game.
Yeah, but back to Show. I mean, I think talk about high expectations coming in, everything that, you know, this offseason brought, and then somehow to like surpass those with by a lot is crazy to think about.
Look, and hey, this is how dialed in he is. He wasn't asking for the ball for himself. He's like, no, get that to the other side. I will say, like, the pregame festivities with now we have Blackman on first and watching Shohei. I don't know, aside from the Rockies fans, I don't know if there's another person more engaged in the video tribute and the celebration than Ohtani along the line. They are.
Very cool.
So let's listen to this ovation.
Yeah.
A tip of the cap to Charlie Blackman, whose 14-year major league career has officially come to an end on a base hit. High in the air. This should do it for the third. Here comes Mookie. All right, Gomer, thanks for the time, man.
Appreciate it, fellas.
I know it's a stressful time of year, but a fun time of year.
No question. Thanks again.
Good luck to you, Gomer.
0 for 2 to start this Sunday, so only 3 points ahead of Shohei. So the quest for the Triple Crown on the last day of the regular season. Ohtani grounded out to second, leading off the game. The 1-0 pitch from Feltner. Just clipped the corner. Strike one. Here's the 1-1. Ohtani pulls the hands back. On a fastball up and in. '54 home runs, 130 RBIs, 134 runs scored, 196 hits. He's ahead 3-1. So 4 hits away from his first 200-hit campaign. Does he have a green light on 3-1? He does. He grounds it to short. So now Mookie Betts. Ground ball left side. Backhand stop by Tovar on the grass. The throw is a good one. Ezequiel Tovar.
I mean, that play right there is elite. The way he got to the ball and then just really effortlessly just threw a BB over to first. I mean, Mookie smoked that ball too.
Fastball in to Teoscar Hernandez, the batter with 2 out and nobody on.
Teo may have to do it himself, huh? Right?
We're here for the Teo show.
I'm good with that. I liked Brandon Gomes' answer about the guy that could make a huge impact. It really it's Max Muncy for me as well. I mean, again, it's kind of crazy because he's not an unassuming guy. It's just, you know, with all the issues he's had this year, he hasn't, you know, on the stat sheet, it's not this overwhelming season. But again, when you talk about Dodgers in Dodger history, only one with 35 or more home runs 4 times.
Oh,
hey.
Let's clean things up a little bit. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Feltner comes home. Hernandez pulls the hands in. Broken bat, slow roller to third. Bare hand for McMahon. Not in time. Teo's safe.
It's another excellent defensive play, but Teo, I mean, he had to swing at that pitch just because of the prior strike. I mean, this thing is not even close, but he's not going to let the umpire make a decision. McMahon does a real nice job of coming in, but Teo got out of the box and he was hustling.
And that'll bring up Muncy.
Well, we're going to take a look at this. It's like Colorado is challenging.
Colorado is challenging the ruling at first base.
I don't know, like that again, because the call is safe. Did that look overwhelming to you? I mean, that's an easy.
Not on first look. You don't have all the angles that they do in New York. Ooh.
Yeah, that one, you better have some long spikes, right?
Teo and Tolia,
right?
They're trying to flip the coin on first, too.
I mean, if you're wearing turf shoes, you're out. If you got real long spikes, you might be able to argue I was safe.
After review, the call in the field stands. The runner is safe.
Yep, long spikes today. That baby.
So the tying run on in the 4th. 2 out for Muncy.
You know, you go back to that game, what was it, the clinching game Thursday night. You know, Musgrove just cruising, but what started everything? The walk to Max Muncy. Again, it's just his presence in the lineup and the damage that he potentially can do. You know, a pitcher, you gotta be careful with him, and that's going to take something out of you when you're on the mound. And showed it the other night.
Since he came back, the Dodger offense has taken its game to another level. And look at those numbers. And then 6 runs per game after he returned from his oblique issue. 2 out. Teo on first. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Muncy. Called ball 2. It looked like he had the inside corner as well. No complaints from Max, though. Muncy owns an 11-game on-base streak. He's 0 for 1 so far today. Shallow right center. Who has it? Who has it? It's the center fielder Hilliard. Called off Cave at the last moment. So Teo stranded. The Dodgers continue to trail. When the MVP not named Shohei Ohtani, and Kirsten and I blindly had picked the same person, and that'd be Gavin Stone. You heard Brandon Gomes pick Teoscar Hernandez, but we went with Gavin, who was an afterthought for the rotation entering spring training. After he got his teeth knocked in last year, he reinvented himself and turned into a mini bulldog. High fly ball to left field. Hernandez camped out underneath the first out of the 4th inning, and he posted, made every start. The 25 turns that he took, 140 1/3 innings, a 3.53 ERA, left it all out there this season for the Dodgers, whose staff was ravaged by injuries. Kirsten, what else can you add?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, Stephen, is he was a steady part of the rotation all season long. As you mentioned, he made all of his starts. Obviously, we know that he's now dealing with that shoulder inflammation. So it's a heartbreaking end to what's been an incredible season to him. We were all hoping that he was going to have his first All-Star.
Fly ball center field. James Outman just into the game, and the ball found him. Back to you, Kirsten.
We were hoping he was going to be named to his first All-Star game, but he truly was. When you think about this year and what's made it such a grind of a season, it's been the injuries, yes, to the team, but really to that rotation. And so for him to be the guy that was a steady heartbeat all the way through, you could always count on him. I think that's what really made him the MVP for me, guys.
Makes a lot of sense, too, especially when you talk about this rotation and, you know, what you may have going into the postseason. Not what you may have. If you're talking Flaherty, Yamamoto, Buehler, and Knack, those 4 have made a combined 56 starts for the ball club this year. 56. You take that into the postseason, when you're talking about World Series winners, that would be the lowest amount or the fewest amount of starts that prior to what's coming up this postseason. You got to go back to the 1929 A's. That's the current low at 59. I mean, it really is remarkable. You can talk about all you want about what the Dodgers look like in February, but to go through what they have gone through this season and come out with the best record in all of baseball speaks volumes of the organization, the leadership, the players themselves. That man right there. You know, it's kind of interesting. I'm on a ramble here, but I'm going to keep it going. It's funny because you hear a lot, you know, when things aren't going well, or, oh, Dave Roberts this or Dave Roberts that. And, you know, I know covering stuff nationally, there was a lot of, oh, Aaron Boone with the Yankees, Aaron Boone this, Aaron Boone that. The two best records in all of baseball, the Dodgers and the Yankees. So, you know, for me, it's, you know, you're talking about, he's one of the best managers in the game.
And I think, you know, just to further context on the job Doc has had to do this year, again, it goes back to this conversation. The pitching staff, 40 different pitchers. Yeah, you know, that counts Kike and Miggy Rowe out there as position players. 17 different starters. So not only that, he's having to manage guys who have inning limits, who are coming off injury, who are young in their career and are still building up from a pitch and inning and workload standpoint. I think back to the series in Detroit, and just everything that was being hurled Doc's way for how the bullpen was handled that last game. But it was like you had to really think about who was being used in that game and why was that the case. Because he had to maintain the long-term view of this team, and despite all that juggling and managing that had to be done with the workloads and that, he still dealt with injury after injury. And so, yeah, the players ultimately are on the field. They're the ones hitting the baseball, pitching the baseball, catching the baseball, and winning the games. But what this staff has had to do, the front office has had to navigate through this year, it's a whole part of the whole picture.
Well, you know, for me, you go back to that clinching game Thursday night. You have views of him talking to Walker Buehler after the 5th inning. Walker certainly didn't want to come out. He took him out, goes to the bullpen. Schilt with the Padres ran Musgrove out in the 7th inning. That was the end of that. And so if you want to talk about, you know, strategy or managing or how to handle, again, the expectations are ridiculous. And people think, oh, the Dodgers should win 125 games. And if they don't, and anybody could make, That man is the perfect one to manage this ball club, and he has done an unreal job.
His team currently trails 1-0. Nolan Jones had a 2-out base hit, so he's on first. 2-1 count to Hilliard, who's responsible for the lone run of the game, but he grounds out to Taylor at second. The Dodger offense will come up when we come back on Sportsnet LA. 162. Dodgers wrapping things up here in Colorado. The Rockies won, the Dodgers nothing. Here's Tommy Edman to start the 5th. Ball one from Ryan Feltner, who's been outstanding yet again here in the month of September. The Dodgers have only produced 1 hit. That came with 2 out in the 4th from Teoscar Hernandez. Chopper beyond the reach of Feltner, played at second by Shunk, who throws across his body for out number 1. Hopped on late and on an update, Triple Crown watch. Obviously, we're here the second half of the order. But Shohei Ohtani is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Luis Arraez is 0 for 2, starting for the Padres as well. Kind of got the sense as we were walking out of the ballpark last night, AK, like maybe one more hit last night would have put Show in a better spot on this Sunday. But
and the crazy thing is, he had lined out to right field and he hit a 1-hopper to second base. So, you know, a few feet one way or the other, and then you come into today and it's we're doing a split box here on this TV, or we're going to Arizona to watch a Rise at bat.
The fact that it's even a conversation just underscores
Yeah.
how ridiculous the last week and a half have been for him. Kike, let's swing to center field. Hilliard will run in for the second out. So in some circles, if it doesn't happen today, it's like, oh man, came so close. But remember, 10 days ago, it wasn't a possibility. It was 33 points back. Huge shouts to Will the Thrill Ireton this year. 2 out, nobody on. Here's Chris Taylor. He was the first base runner of the game.
Yep.
Sorry, Kike, walking to start the third.
No, I was going to say, I'm looking out at the scoreboard right now. I see Arizona up on San Diego 6-1. I see the Mets ahead of Milwaukee 2-0. And I see the Braves down right now 4-1 to Kansas City. So, I would love for you to try to explain
Zero
the
chance.
playoff
Not even gonna,
implications.
no, I hate
And
you.
what tomorrow. I mean, so from a baseball fan standpoint, I love this. I know if I were an Atlanta Brave or Met fan, I would be just miserable.
But from the Dodgers standpoint, given where they line up on the bracket, it's going to be the Padres against who we don't know yet, but potentially a team that has to play a doubleheader on Monday before the wild card series begins on Tuesday.
For sure. And there's
with no reseeding in this 6-team bracket,
Right.
postseason bracket. Why? Ask the league office. Nobody knows. But no reseeding. Even show appreciating the perm mullet from Honey.
I think Show's asking him, like, can I do that with my hair? Could you imagine Show showing up with a perm?
That would be
so good.
And then you got Outman sliding into the frame. Like, that's.
I can just, that conversation is like, yeah, look at that. I mean, the 3 hair right there. I mean, Shohei's got ridiculous hair. Outman's got the, Game of Thrones. Honeywell, you're probably asking him what kind of activator he uses. I mean, he's just locked in right now.
So are we, clearly. 3-2 pitch to Taylor. Strike 3 call, and a pitch 8 inches down. Halfway home, 1-0 Rockies. In the 3rd inning, he singled through the right side, but Black pulled him from the game. So he finishes his 14-year run on a 6-game hitting streak. Jake Cave to right field. Pages not going to get there. Picks it up on the track, spins and throws back in. What an effort from Andy Pages. Cave is safe with a leadoff double. And far be it for me, just a TV clown to question Buddy Black here, but I thought it might have been a little early for the hook for Chuck.
Yeah, there's got to be a little bit more to it, right? I kind of feel like
Maybe there's an agreement, hey, if you get a hit.
take me out. I mean, there has to be some sort of arrangement.
So Carlos Gonzalez exhales that it wasn't a home run, so he stays alone in 5th spot. Most home runs in franchise history. Cave on second, first runner in scoring position for either team today. Max 1-0 to Shunk. Levels the count. The Dodger offense has had a tough time getting anything going against Feltner. But, the old baseball joke is save some for, insert whatever span here. The first 2 games of the series, EK. 33 hits, 24 runs scored. Today just 1 hit, no runs. Ground ball to short. 1 gone, and Cave has to hold. Alamo to right field. Play by Pajes. Stop sign for Cave at third. They'll be at the corners with one away.
Pajes coming in and launching a throw all the way home, which it's nice, it's impressive, but you want to keep that down, right? Hit that cutoff, man, especially when the runner is not going to even attempt going home.
Lineup turns over. Now Jordan Beck will replace Charlie Blackmon. Two balls, no strikes. Beck was the Rockies' first-round pick a couple years ago out of Tennessee. Debuted this April. And then at the end of May, broke a bone in his left hand and jammed his glove hand while making a diving catch on a sinking line drive from Nick Castellanos. Mack puts a fastball by him to square the count 2-2. Beck ran off the field in pain, went to the dugout, tried to grab a bat and just dropped it. Knew something was wrong and missed a lot of time with that injury. So it's just his 55th game of his rookie season.
Yeah, a ton of athletic ability, but again, one of those kids that he just needs experience. Still a lot of swing and miss, and if anything with this organization, that's something that they're trying to change. You know, put the ball in play, especially in a ballpark like this.
Payoff from Knack. Gets a swing and a miss. Strike three. Two gone.
Knack pulls a string right there. Throws a slider back way out in front. Here's a guy you got to be careful with, right? Especially
away.
that first pitch, right? I mean, both hits this inning have been on Landon's first offering, and you can bet if this thing is anywhere near the plate, he's swinging.
First and third, two out. He is swinging and fouling away strike one. High in the air, center field. James Outman drifting back. And there to make the play. In strand two, keep the deficit at one as we go to the sixth.
Graphic, it should say today, 162nd game, last one of the year.
Dodgers still within striking distance, of course. It's only 1-0 Colorado, but Ryan Feltner is pitching a heck of a game so far. He'll deal with Pajes, Barnes, and Ohtani here in the top of the sixth. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Alex Vesia and Bardo. Baez ripped back foul. 2 balls and a strike for Andy. He struck out looking in the third. I know Ryan Feltner's looking forward to the day where this is no longer mentioned every single time he's out there, but only 10 starts last year because of a truly horrifying injury in May. Took a line drive off of his head, fractured his skull. Pajes to left field. Then comes back and gone. Missed 4 months. In fact, it was, I should say, only 4 months.
You know, the physical part isn't the thing that you've got to overcome. It's the mental part of getting back on the mound. I mean, I'll never forget Dodger left-hander Kazushi pitching against the Houston Astros at Dodger Stadium. Brian Hunter hit a ball, line drive, hit off his forehead. It went to the backstop, over the catcher's head and back to the backstop. And that was a steel plate in his head. I mean, it just, and for those guys to come back mentally, that's, like I said, it's tougher than the physical part.
All right, we got a discussion going between Carlos Torres, the home plate umpire, and Dave Roberts, top step. And I think he's now laughing with Buddy Black, his good friend on the other side. Strike 2 on Barnes. Ohtani on deck. Struck him out with a high fastball. Third trip to the plate for Shohei Ohtani. Luis Arraez 0 for 2. He's leading off the next inning for San Diego. With 4 points clear of Ohtani. Not only does he need some hits, that means the Dodgers need to start moving the lineup over to give him more chances. He's got to collect a few. Waves at strike 1. Ground ball to second. Another backhand play from Shunk. So over the first inning, a 1-2-3 monster taco today. Pitching change for the Dodgers. Alex Vesia replaces Landon Knack. That's a regular season outing for Alex Vesia, who has been awesome.
He's been absolutely electric this year. And again, coming into this series, Dave Roberts had mentioned, I want to rest my guys, get them a little tune-up, but I want to be able to save the bullpen. And really, when you're talking about Knack and Kasparius and
Wroblewski last night,
Wroblewski and Yamamoto, I mean, they've really done a fantastic job pitching in this ballpark and really giving that bullpen a breather.
Face the heart of the order here in the bottom of the 6th. The Dodgers down by 1. McMahon, Tolia, and Jones. Popped him up. Muncy charging in from third. Taylor from second. Maxwell taking the left side of the mound. Strike 1 foul for Tolia, the first baseman, former UCLA Bruin. Broke his bat, so he's got to get a new twig. As we come to the end of the road for our Sportsnet LA slate, some more thank yous to hand out. I mean, yesterday we talked about the SNLA crew that helps navigate 162 for the Dodgers organization. Lon Rosen, Eric Braverman, John Weissman, Juan Dorado, Ali Salvage, Joe Jarrett, and Scott Akasaki, who's got to keep everybody in line with all these trips. Alex Torres and his whole crew in the clubhouse. I mean, EK, as you well know, having been inside those walls before, talk about AT and his team specifically. Those are the unsung heroes.
Well, there's no question. I mean, Alex Torres and his group, I mean, they make this thing happen. They get the guys on the field. They keep them all prepped. They make them look pretty with their unis. But no, they're in charge of the equipment. They're in charge of the cronuts on Sunday. Oh, boy. I think I'm joking about that. I'm not talking about me. Ask Freddie Freeman about that.
I'm not throwing stones from this glass house, EK. I the cronuts with you. Two balls, two strikes to Tolia. Line to center for a base hit.
Shakey's Pizza is celebrating educators with the 2024 Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza plus a teaching kit. Enter online at spectrumeducator.com.
Tolia on, one away. Nolan Jones. He's a fastball way high from Vesia. Jones 1 for 2. 7-game hitting streak to end his season, which we talked about, I believe, in the series opener, how important it was for the Rockies to see him get the ball moving in the right direction. I mean, last year 106 games, but hit .297, an OPS at .931, 20 bombs, 20 stolen bases, 22 doubles. I'm like, okay, this is they traded for from the Guardians, and it looks like he's going to be a mainstay in the middle of the order. He took a big step back this year. Hasn't been totally healthy either.
Yeah, I think just the pressure of wanting to build and finally been given an opportunity, earned an opportunity to be that guy, and just did not work out. You mentioned the injuries, only 3 home runs this year. Again, a ton of physical talent.
Good fastball from Vesia on the outer third, 2-2. Now, talking to some Rockies coaches earlier this year when they were at Dodger Stadium, I think they said the biggest thing for Jones, who was hurt at the time, was just kind of finding something that he can stick with and lean on, not trying to tinker too much or change too much. On this 2-2 from Vesia. No, wait. Slider just missed. Full count now. '67th game of the season for Alex Vesia's ERA 1.79. Here comes the payoff. That's ball 4 up and in. So the last 2 have reached for Colorado. Evan Phillips' turn to start warming in the pen. It's 1-0 Colorado because of this guy, Sam Hilliard. Solo home run off Landon Knack.
4th longest home run in Major League Baseball this year.
It traveled 476 feet. It's tied for the 4th longest. Tied with Shohei Ohtani, who went 476 the last time the Dodgers were here at Coors Field. Into the forest in straightaway center. Home run splits.
What's crazy about that is it's not just against one team, but the pitching. You know, that's not some average pitching. It's usually some of the best in baseball.
Vesia puts him away with a slider. Got strike 3 and out number 2. Cave whiffs on a slider. 0-1 for Vesia. Cave 1 hit and 2 trips to the plate. Was a double leading off the 5th. But Knack and the Dodger defense stranded him on the bases. Strike 2 call. Strike 3 on a slider away. Back-to-back Ks. Leaves a couple on base. Still 1-0.com. Dodgers ending their 2024 regular season in the Rockies. They trail the Rockies 1-0. Back for the top of the 7th. James Outman to the plate for the first time. Came in to replace Mookie Betts in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ryan Feltner still out there for Colorado, and he's been cruising. It's the first time the Dodgers have been scoreless through 6 innings in a game at Coors Field since the 27th of June 2022. This may or may not be remembered in Dodger Nation as the Chad Kuhl game. 3-0 on Outman. Four-pitch leadoff walk. Tying run for the Dodgers is on base in the 7th. All right, EK, it's time for you to name your Dodger MVP, not name Shohei Ohtani.
This is my guy. Say, Oscar, you know, again, he didn't start the season hitting in that 4th spot. It was Will Smith, but he found his way there, and so many big hits. We talk about game, not winning RBIs, but put the team ahead. Shohei Ohtani, #1 with 28. This man right here with 27. So productive, so impactful, big hits, big at-bats. He draw at-bats out and then get the hit. He's just been a great player. And then we talk about what he's meant off the field, especially with the younger guys. Pages and Vargas early on in the season. I used to see them in the clubhouse, all 3 of them together, and him counseling both of the youngsters. I mean, he has been so much more than I, and I guess maybe that's my fault that I didn't realize how good he was in the clubhouse. But career high in home runs, and I'd like to see him make James Outman run right now, maybe a double or something, and get that 100th RBI.
Fresh legs out there with James Outman. Teo takes time.
You know, we talk about Brandon Gomes talking about Max Muncy, you know, could have a significant impact in the postseason. And this is the other one right here. Teoscar, you know, that's not going to be a surprise because you look at the numbers he's put up this year. All-Star season.
First 5 pitches from Feltner in the 7th have missed the strike zone as he nears 80 pitches in the game. A double barrel action in the Rocky pen. Peralta from the left side, Vodnik from the right. It was Vodnik who gave up that home run to Teo in the epic comeback at Coors Field earlier this year for the Dodgers.
It was a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Thank you very much.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. Feltner with his 2-1 pitch, and Teo watches strike 1 land at the knees to square the count. Polk left field, sinking fast. That ball will drop. Outman will hold at second after the second single of the game for Teoscar Hernandez.
I wanted Outman to score. Just go. Just run until you're out. Or you score, one or the other.
So after the first 2 reach for the Dodgers in the 7th, that's going to be it for Ryan Feltner. Buddy Black takes the ball from him. We'll be right back with Max Muncy coming to the plate. The Rockies go to the lefty, Luis Peralta. Max Muncy up with 2 on and nobody out in the 7th. The Dodgers have their first runner in scoring position, James Outman. Teoscar Hernandez on first. So the tying and go-ahead runs are on base. Strike 1 called on Max. Quickly 0-2. With 2 strikes against him. Muncy stares at a fastball in the outer 30. He knew that was strike 3.
Peralta did a nice job just the sequencing that first pitch up and in, probably off the plate, was called a strike, and then finishes him off with the last pitch outside, just so going east and west.
The negative is that's the first out. The positive is that Tommy Edman gets to see a left-hander fly ball right field, and it's caught by Cave as he was battling the sun before crashing into the wall. Outman tags from second to third.
Really a heck of a catch by Cave. You mentioned it looked like he almost lost it in the sun, or he just didn't have a good beat on it. And then that's a lot of baseball showing right there. See that? And that's crazy. He just opens his glove a little bit to get it back down in the webbing before he crashes into the chain link. Nice defensive play.
Tying run on third, but now 2 out in the 7th. Here's Kike Hernandez. Fastball upstairs, 1-0. Kike 0 for 2 in this regular season finale. He was 4 for 10 the first 2 games of this series. Nine RBIs for Kike his last 9 games. And you make it 10 in 10 and tie the game. Checks his swing on a high fastball. It's 2-1. Fouled away. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Square count. Smoked foul into the camera well next to the Dodger dugout. Wow. Hey, Kirsten, you all right?
Yeah, it was weight.
Okay. So another 2-2 coming to Kike. Lined into the glove of Schunk at second base. Good contact, bad spot. Dodgers got the first 2 on in the top of the 7th, but couldn't get any of them home. So it remains 1-0 Colorado. Phillips will try to keep it that way on the home side of the 7th inning stretch. Leading off for Colorado, the guy who caught Kike's line out, Aaron Schunk. Today, Colorado celebrating a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. Now you got a Georgia Bulldog in the batter's box, and Schunk.
I'm over my college stuff. That used to be like my thing. Every player, like I'd say, oh yeah, you know, he's from Santa Clara. He's from San Diego State.
You're retiring from the alma mater?
No,
game?
I was going to go with the, you know what I was going to go with on the Blackman thing? Was the fact that he was also a pitcher. Yeah. And that's where they liked him.
Strikeout for Evan Phillips, 1 gone in the 7th. And that was strikeout number 7 for the Dodgers staff. So another free jumbo jack for you on the heels of playing the Rockies. Go to Jack in the Box in LA tomorrow, buy a large beverage, and get a free jumbo jack. It's 3 in a row.
Right?
Punched out Vesia in the 6th, now Phillips in the 7th.
I thought you were saying 3 in a row up here in Colorado. Everybody was eating for free for 3 days, right?
I think that's 6 in a row then. Going back to the series.
San Diego?
No, against the Rockies at Dodger Stadium.
Oh.
And then at 46 Ks.
Were people able to eat for those 3 days to San Diego? Was that? I mean, somebody.
2, right?
I don't know. I'm asking.
2 of the 3.
You were there.
2 of the 3.
People
I'm saying that
famished.
assertively. Romo fights it, but not beyond Tommy Edman. Second out for Phillips.
Well, if you're just a baseball fan looking to get your fix, you're going to have some high leverage stuff tomorrow, huh?
And because of the storm to the southeast last week, and first and foremost, I mean, just seeing the images that coming out of the affected areas were terrible and heartbreaking. We send our best wishes to them. The Mets and Braves were supposed to play, but could not. So it's a double header scheduled for tomorrow between those two teams.
I think with the way things look right now, too, we've got Kansas City ahead of Atlanta. Arizona looks like they're going to close out San Diego. Mets are up on Milwaukee. That if there is a split tomorrow. No, I'm going to tell you, if there's a split tomorrow, both of those teams get in tomorrow and Arizona stays at home. How about that? I mean, how do you navigate your pitching? If you win the first game, if you win the first game tomorrow, do you really care about the second game?
I don't know. 2Ks for Phillips. Let's go to the 8th. Dodgers down a run.
I wanted that answer.
Dodgers.com/postseason.
Only one more game to finish up, Kirsten, before the Dodgers kick off their 5 days of rest / prep / studying / healing, hopefully.
Healing.
Ahead of the postseason next Saturday. 1-0 Colorado. Victor Vodnik with 100 miles per hour. Pulls ball 1 away from Chris Taylor. The Dodgers have 7, 8, and 9 on the schedule here in the top of the 8th. Goes to the breaking ball to get a whiff and jump ahead of CT 0-2. Last time the Dodgers were shut out, July 26th on the road in Houston. 56 straight games without being shut out. That streak is on the line right now. Looking around the National League at Chase Field, the Diamondbacks had to win. Last night was kind of a backbreaker, but they're up on the Padres 8-2 in the top of the 7th. Luis Arraez doubled in his last AB. He's 1 for 3, and then he was removed from the game. Chris Taylor, opposite field, fly ball, cave at the wall. It's gone! A game-tying blast for Chris Taylor. It's 1-1.
CT continuing to swing the bat well. Have bats showing a little pop right here. Remember earlier in the game he had that 12-pitch at bat led to a walk. I mean, this is as good as we've seen him all year, and going to have an opportunity in that postseason. It'll be much easier to call on when he's playing like this.
Strike 1 on Andy Pages. To finish things up at the NL scoreboard, the Braves trail Kansas City 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Now tied at 1 here in Colorado. You see Roma behind the plate telling Vodnik, settle down. There's something about clutch home runs for the Dodgers. The opposite field against Victor Vodnik.
That one CT hit, though, it was only 99 miles an hour. It wasn't 100 like Teoscar took him deep.
Time granted to Pages at the plate. Staring at a 2-2 count. Lead-off game-tying blast from Chris Taylor has reset the scoreboard in this game 162. Popped up, drifting toward the Rocky dugout. We'll get over it. High-octane righty is Vodnik, a product of Whittier, California. Shohei Ohtani is in the hole. The 2-2 pitch. Outside at 101, full count. The payoff. Pages gets a piece of 100 to stay in there. Another payoff pitch. Pages grounds it to third. Scooped up by McMahon. Totally a stretch. Gets out number 1. Ground ball up the middle. Nobody's going to get it. A one-out single for Austin Barnes. Go-ahead run on base for Shohei Ohtani. So here we go. Oh, wait a moment. It'll be a mound visit for Vodnik. That's Seth Halverson in the bullpen. It was Halverson who gave up the back-to-back home runs to Ohtani and Betts at Dodger Stadium in that epic walk-off win.
I mean, you just got to believe Vodnik's going to rear back and try and throw as hard as he can right here. Just going to be power versus power. You know how bad the Rockies want this game. Just, you know, the Blackman last game of the year.
One on, one out, one all in the top of the 8th inning. Strike one at the knees. Ohtani sitting on 54 homers, 58 stolen bases, 99 extra base hits. Way inside. Ohtani scalds a ball, base hit to right. Will go station to station. Go ahead in scoring position for James Outman. 12-game hitting streak for Ohtani to close out the year.
Ball came in at 99, went out at 110.
Bud Black will make a pitching change. First and second, one out. James Outman with a chance to break a 1-1 tie on the other side of this break. Chris Taylor with an opposite field home run. He's on first, Barnes on second. The game now tied at 1 thanks to Chris Taylor. Here's James Outman with both runners going. The throw down to third. Both runners safe. So that's number 59 for Shohei Ohtani. And don't sleep on number 3 for Austin Barnes.
Dodgers been running a little bit this series, huh? Will Smith got on the board this year. Shohei's had a couple. All right, so I'm all for. I'd like to see James get a hit. You know, just to feel good.
Let's go. Let's do it.
He's telling him to score on a base hit. Let's not get carried away, guys.
I know. Infield in for Colorado. Check swing, and he held up.
Let's see a walk and get Teo up there.
First game back in the big leagues for James Outman since he and his wife Dasha welcomed their first child, a baby girl. Is a balk, and that puts the Dodgers ahead. Two to 1. Ohtani takes third. So now insurance 90 feet away for Outman.
Looks like the spike just got caught, right? That clay. And
Two and two, 102 from Halverson.
Yeah, this was a kid that was drafted last year.
Full count. You know who's on deck.
I can tell you that what that guy on deck is thinking right now. Ball 4. Ball 4. Ball 4.
Timeout. Taylor tied it with a homer to start the inning. And a double steal for Barnes and Ohtani, followed by a balk from Halverson. So 2 runs here in the top of the 8th for the Dodgers. And now a 1-run lead. Here comes the 3-2. Outman fouls it away on the left side.
Good job by James right there. That pitch on the outer part of the plate. Able to buy himself another one by getting a piece of it.
He strikes out. All right, Teo, here you go. 2-1 game, RBI 100 right in front of you. First pitch strike from Halverson. At 116 RBIs back in 2021. The only time he's eclipsed the century mark in a single season for Ribbies. Swings through, strike 2. swinging. But the Dodgers now up 2-1 thanks to Taylor in the balk. 11 wins in October. Can they get one more win here in September? They lead the Rockies 2-1. Michael Kopech, it's a ground ball from Tovar. One pitch, one out in the bottom of the 8th.
Do you think Jerry's going to have that breakdown for us? The wild card Monday, just all the different scenarios.
Yes. So it's a pitch clock violation, but yeah, something's going on with that mound. The Dodgers took the lead on a balk by Halverson. Fastball called a strike. Struck him out on a breaking ball, down and in, 2 away. You know, EK, the Dodgers taking the lead on a balk. That's a good balk. Now in hindsight, last night we saw a bad balk because Shohei Ohtani had this base stolen easily, no problem. But because a balk was called, he did not get credit for the stolen base, and so now the stolen base today, it's only 59 instead of 60.
What a disappointing season. Not 60 bags. Jeez, what a letdown. You're right, though. I mean, because last night, you're exactly spot on, Nelly. He had that base stolen, and I think him running created the balk, right? It's again, he should get. In our hearts, we're going to give him 60. Dino's explaining it to him right now. Wait, what?
It's an outrage. 2 strikes on Tolia. The pitch from Kopech. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
It's a nice little tune-up for the postseason. I love that.
But in the 7th and the 8th, they started to get things rolling in the 7th and then broke through in the 8th against the Colorado Pen. Game-tying home run, Chris Taylor. Go-ahead balk on Seth Halverson that scored Austin Barnes. So now they can add to it. Halverson still pitching. Shadows now in play at Coors Field. Edgardo Enriquez warming for the 9th.
Thinking why not save Kopech for the 9th, but I think more than anything you put Kopech in the 8th because of the matchup. He had to go through Tovar, McMahon, and Toglia. Did it with relative ease. 2 strikeouts.
Another double-digit strikeout game for the Dodgers staff against this Rocky lineup. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Halverson actually ran over first, but it's going to be Romo's ball, the catcher in foul ground. Nice to see Tommy end his regular season with a knock. Behind 0-2. He's 0 for 10 in the series. So 2 for his last 29. Halverson gets him with 102.
Great location. Not much you're going to do with that.
So one more out to get insurance before the bottom of the ninth. On the 1-1. Kike grounds the ball to the right side. Backhanded by Shunk at second. So 1-2-3 top of the ninth for Halverson. Edgardo Enriquez will try and close out game 162.
Another Dodger reliever coming in, Edgardo Enriquez. 2 1/3 innings pitched this year. You see the 3 strikeouts. He's trying to continue a trend that this Dodger bullpen has set so far this series. Dodger relief pitchers 3 earned runs on just 15 hits in 19 innings pitched. 1.42 ERA. To do that here in this ballpark, saying something.
We'll have to navigate through 5, 6, and 7 for the Rockies, starting with Nolan Jones, who has turned it on the last week of the regular season. Strike 1 from Enriquez, a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. And strike 2. Trying to become the 14th different Dodger to record a save this year. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jones, Hilliard, and Cave. Hilliard hit a tank earlier in the game, 476 feet. He is on deck. Two and 2.
I like where they're using him right here. You know, you're putting him into a situation that's pressure, big crowd, 1-run lead, close out a game, because again, anytime he gets an opportunity in the postseason, well, it's going to be of some sort of magnitude. I don't think he's going to be a guy that you're ever going to run out there just to eat up some innings.
Started the year in A-ball, and over the course of the summer, he climbed the pro mountain, now finishing in the Mile High City, trying to close out a win for the Dodgers in game 162. Struck him out.
Yeah, you say A ball with low A too. You know, he got to see all the affiliates this summer, which not a bad thing if you end up with the big club.
Fastball away, ball one on Hilliard. Hilliard with 10 home runs in his 58 games with the Rockies this season.
And hit an absolute mammoth shot earlier today. Take a look at this thing. I mean, this was no doubt. This goes back to my days of the Larry Walker, Todd Helton hitting balls up there. 400. What was that? 76.
Yeah,
fourth longest in all of Major League Baseball this year.
Tied with Ohtani. Eddie Company into the third deck went Hilliard. He's in front of Enriquez, 2-0.
Kind of interesting right there, right? So 2-0, and I'm sure Enriquez, you know, coming through the minors, that's just rear back and throw a fastball. I'm going to blow it by somebody. 2-0 at big leagues. We know what kind of power this guy has. He goes with the breaking pitch.
Hilliard was taking all the way. It's a 4-pitch walk. Tying run on for Colorado in the ninth. You mentioned it earlier, EK. The Rockies, they want to win this one bad. End the year with a win. They already have 100 losses for a second straight season. But Charlie Blackmon's last game in the show.
When you look at it, you look at this ballpark right now. The fans are all still here. It's got to be a good 45 plus. They're still excited. You got to tell you, they draw here. Great place to come watch a game. You just wish your team was a little better.
They played their first 30 seasons as a franchise without losing 100+ games. But it's happened in back-to-back campaigns. Dodgers 2, Rockies 1. Hilliard on first, a tying run with 1 out. So now Jake Cave in the 7th spot. Fastball off the plate, called strike 1.
Cave is not happy. I mean, it's 100 miles an hour, and you're saying, man, it's hard enough to hit it when it's over the plate, let alone off the plate.
0-2 after that foul ball.
Great opportunity to go again outside with that fastball. Go a little further off the plate than he did on that first pitch.
A little too far, and Cave didn't chase 102 from Enriquez, who's been clocked at 104 this year in the minors. The 1-2 pitch. Cut on and missed, strike 3.
Just continued to stay out there with power versus power. And again, when you possess an arm like that, you're going to usually come out on top.
The last out. All that's left in the 2024 season. Strike one on Aaron Schunk. Oh, and 2. The pitch from Enriquez. On the ground to Muncy. They'll go to second. That's a win for LA. The best team in baseball wraps up 2024 with 98 wins. Now it's time to prove it in the post.
Now the season gets real, boys. Great regular season for the Dodgers. Again, so many ups and downs, but at the end of the day, still the best record in all of Major League Baseball. Take a week to get a little break here mentally, get recharged, get healthy. Freddie, take care of that ankle. And let's get the Dodgers going Saturday against whatever opponent is presented.
Some thank yous to pass out to our traveling crew. Ben Dillenberger, our director. Russell Kodani and Matty Graham, associate producers. Francisco Koch, the Don on audio. Joe Ocon, technical directing. TJ Toyosaki as well. Christina Gonzalez, an associate producer. Bob Sipowicz, Matt Gangle, other directors. The doctor of stats and research, Rick Krajewski, and the head of the snake.